the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 everybody. What's going on? Welcome back to Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty. He's in the house. He won Stanley Cups.
I did.
And stuff. He did. We've all in this room, which consists of Silent Mike. How are you?
I'm all right.
There he is, everybody. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Silent Mike. Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
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 I'll say this. This room is combined for 4 Stanley Cup championships.
It's true.
That's it. One each.
One each, on average.
On average.
Nobody else in the city can say that.
No.
In the city.
In the city. But no, we're in it. We're doing it. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread as well. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get in there. Get your thoughts out there. We read them. And sometimes I'm lazy, and you guys program the show.
I'll read one like Shelby Rice says. Shannon Sharp has Big D energy indeed.
Okay.
Shout out. Shout out. Laying it down.
Here's what I don't understand, D-Mac. I do, but I don't. But I do. I don't know the details. Spenny, bring me up to... I did not know anything about this until 30 seconds ago.
Cole's Notes version of it is that he was getting into a little adult interaction with the female, hence Amon-Ra's Teeny Turner style.
Yep.
And his phone or his Instagram or whatever caught all the audio.
Mm-hmm.
Now
all the audio.
Now all the audio. all the audio. Now, Spenny, have you heard it?
I have heard it.
Is it
all the audio?
Fornication Station?
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact is right, the long story short, he was released or he got fired?
I don't know. I haven't seen that yet. I know they fired Paul Pierce for his, but Paul Pierce's was a little different. He was smoking blunts and hanging out with strippers.
Whoa. Oh, on camera. Okay. I didn't know where. I thought that was. But
yeah, no, that's a fake account.
Okay, so whether he got me, what
nothing yet.
The first thing that came to my mind, and I'll be the guy that says it out loud, is all the stuff that Antonio Brown is saying about Shannon Sharp on social media. I haven't followed it. He alludes everything that is homosexual to say, inferring that Shannon Sharp is a homosexual.
He's had allegations.
So is this tells me two things. Maybe whatever it is, bad choice. I don't know how your phone and whatever like that to get in that situation. But to me, it tells me that Club Shay Shay is bigger than what we think it is. He ain't worried about the money, right? He's got to get paid regardless, because this is just, to me, it's just, like you tell me, Neil, when you do something like, I mean, it's almost like the George Carlin had the 7 words you can't say, and that, like the famous radio words or whatever, like this is just a non-negotiable, like what is the, like I get it if you were, I would get it more that if you were having sexy time and you were videotaping it and that was your thing and it got out, right? Because I think more people do that stuff, like
you realize,
Than realizes, but to me, does anybody else this smells?
It could be a PR move on because like I said, he had some allegations against him.
The streets.
This is a good way to beat the allegations.
Yeah, talk to me about the streets, man. Tell us what do the streets feel?
The streets were leaning one way because of, fairly or unfairly not, the way he dresses and accessorizes, and his interview with Cat Williams was there was some times in there where he got a little weird with it. But
I never got that vibe.
Yeah,
and I've watched that episode a lot.
It's there were some allegations out there. I'd never played with the allegations. I thought, Unc was in.
Oh, hey.
He was laying it down.
Wait. Hey, while we're on it, right? Because the councilman brings it up, and my wife blew me away with this one. But did you see that Dave Grohl, the leader of the Foo Fighters, has a illegitimate daughter out there?
Yeah, he's got
somewhere?
another confession to make.
What?
He's got another confession to make.
I got another confession to make. And he did.
But, yeah, it seems like a PR move to me.
Look at the chat's electric about
Hey,
it.
dude, it's Big Unk. I also could see, like, this is prime time of him to be, like, just finishing First Take, going home, getting some milds and yak in, and then just going to town. Like, so, I mean, could have been an honest mistake. Doesn't feel like it. And he put out the Instagram story. My Instagram was hacked right after. It's like
Ryan's reaction for $4.99 super chat. He's metrosexual, not homosexual.
that's fair.
But all right, I don't want to say anything wrong, but wouldn't he be another term?
I don't know.
Okay.
We just say to
Where do we go from here,
avoid
Neil?
any terms as he had allegations.
Yeah, so where do we go from here?
But he beat the
Yeah,
allegations.
everyone's looking at me. I don't know.
I mean,
like,
but
I didn't know anything about this till 30 seconds before we went on air today. Anything about
but
it. I will say this. I will go corporate on it.
yes, please.
Shannon Sharp is a very, very good interviewer.
Yes.
And somebody who has really diversified his skill set in media as of late. He has become such a good interviewer that I seek out his podcast, and I actually take notes from his style of interviewing. I do, for real.
The way that he asks the question after the question, like he gets
100
into the
absolutely
deeper, yes.
And he has freedom, certainly, that the interviews are about the interviewee. An interview is only as good as the person you're interviewing, what they want to do. You know, when you and I break off and we do like interviews and talk about life or your career, stuff like that, you trust me.
Right.
I trust you. So you will be completely open and honest, because I'm not looking to trap
my
you or
guard's
anything.
down because
Decade of
I don't
friendship.
right,
Yeah.
because of Bill, and there's a lot of different relationships that you have, and especially this talks between athletes and media members over the years, right?
Right.
And it's sort of,
You know who you rock with in the media and who you can't.
Absolutely.
You know who's burned you in the past, and you know other people that you've said stuff to that did not burn you in
yeah,
the
but
past.
usually if somebody burned me, I come out and tell everybody, so everybody knows who's burned me. And
That
that's,
is true. Yeah, but
don't
I
know. We can rescind that. I just like this does when I look at this at the whole bigger picture, right? And I go back to the wrestling analogy, is that it's not about good or bad. It's just pop a feeling. Does this get Shannon Sharp more views to whatever he does? 100
done.
million %.
So
So
well
from
done.
the corporate aspect, Neil, like the fact of, you know, whatever line it takes, we were talking about power before. He's up in that upper echelon, right? Of drawing people to him. Now, you might not say it was like Skip Bayless and him, First Take or whatever, but you just mentioned somebody who is in this profession that definitely, as an interviewer in Club Shay Shay. So
Club Shay Shay's elite. It's
And
elite.
to everybody in the chat, no, I am not taking one for the team and releasing the Tina tapes. It's DNC and T said no publicity is bad publicity. Or who said it? Somebody said it.
Somebody said that. I saw it.
Yeah, no publicity is bad publicity. Release the Tina tapes. No, I'm not going to.
Do said tapes exist?
There are said tapes.
No.
For sure. Yes.
Tell me more about that evening, Spenny.
It was. I mean, I think I've said it all at this point. It was. It was an evening for the books.
No doubt.
But yeah, my Snapchat is not a safe place. We had a Snapchat with me and two of my boys in college where we'd just anything would go there. You wake up one morning and just be like disgusted at the stuff you're looking through.
Club Spenmo.
Yeah,
Coming
honestly.
soon.
Yeah,
Right?
Club Spenmo, maybe not. Those days are behind me. I was a demon at MSU. I'm a grown man now. I'm a little more settled
Grown up
down.
since then?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Do the tapes still exist?
Tapes exist? Yes.
In digital form.
Yes. They're out there.
Are they backed up?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think.
Are they in the
multiple-
cloud?
I don't think. Well, yeah, they're in the Snapchat cloud technically. Yeah. So
Okay.
don't hack Snapchat, please.
All right. Chris Blackburn, don't like Shannon Sharp, however, Club Shay Shay is good. And that's exactly how I was
Shannon
with
Sharp's
it.
the man.
But he puts so much time, like you can't fake the time he puts into that. And that's why I like it, and that's why I respect it. So that is it. Chuck Brewer said, now you can get bedroom tips from him as well, Neil. I think I'm good there. I think we're okay. So that's it. Just a fan. Smart interviewers learn their subject and always keep the spotlight on the person being interviewed, in my humble opinion. Bingo, just a fan. Bingo. That is it. If there was a key that I could give in interviewing, nobody's there to see you. It's a lot like umpiring a baseball game or refereeing a sports event. Nobody's there to see you. The reason they're there is to see the other person talk. So you don't need to show how much you know or how cool you are or anything like that. Just get to the question. Be entertaining about it, but get to the question and just let them talk. That's it. Like,
Let them cook.
That's it, man. That's
Let
all there
me
is to
cook.
it. Shad, Unc was putting in that work.
He was, for
I
sure.
have not seen it. However,
Hey, Spenny,
I can imagine.
if you have a chance, did you see the comment, what R-Truth? Ron Killings, R-Truth from WWE. I see in the chat thread. He responded on it, and I guess it was hilarious. So if it comes passing by,
Yeah,
I'm going to
find
look
it.
for it also. And if anybody has it that's been telling me, I don't know if it was you, Tammy, or whoever, send it to Spenny.
Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. Happy to have you all
Oh,
with
yeah, I
us.
got it right here.
Shelby Rice. Neil lives vicariously through Spenny.
We all do.
There's an element of that, I guess.
So I'm on the back nine here. I'm winding down. A little bit. I'm getting old.
You're playing the last par 3 of the round.
Well, I'm almost 28 here.
Yeah, but
so-
if you figure it out now, Spenny, then you don't have to wait till you're 46 like me. There you go. You got it all figured out.
I got a couple
way ahead of the
couple
game.
more good years left in me, and then
And we're gonna ride it out vicariously through you.
that's what
There
it's
it
Keep
is.
her
all
going,
about.
kid. her
You know
going.
what? The Tigers keep winning.
I have the Ron Killings.
The tape?
No,
Oh,
not the tape. That's you'll have to subscribe to my OnlyFans for
You sent
put
it
the
to me?
link out.
that.
It's that and feet, right, Spenny?
Yeah. Size 4. Anybody needs size 14 feet pics with a little bit of hair on them? I'm your man. I'm your man.
Has anyone asked you if you could, quote, muddy them up a little bit?
No. I can have that market cornered though. But yeah, here was
I'm talking like the lake mud. You know what I mean?
yeah.
All right, what do you got?
Here's what Ron Killings, all his comments during the live. This was these were multiple different comments that as he was live. He said, Unk run like Uga. He's like giving her that huck to on a fucking excuse my French. Yo, Unk, that's not PG. Hang up the phone, big Unk. Oh shit, she said please. Ah, damn, this is going viral now. They both out of breath. They were panting at the end of it. They were both out of breath for sure.
Okay, how about
That's why
this?
Ocho Cinco said they got to work on Unk's cardio.
Okay, heavyweights, 5 to 7 tonight. They'll give you a blow by blow,
Oh yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
and you'll talk about it again today.
Probably, yeah.
All right, so there it is. All right, heavyweights, 5 to 7. This
Thank
is
you
their
for
link.
that.
All right, we got to the break, thankfully. So let's take the break when we come back. We do have to talk about this Tigers thing because today's an auto win with Tarek Skubal on the mound. We do have to discuss it for a minute. But first, D-Mac, tell them about Guardian.
Absolutely. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend secure and automated solutions specific to your needs. But Guardian, all they want you to do is call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring, quality time, day or night. No other Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. Just call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology has been proven to work. People have been proven to care. Business, pleasure. Guardian doesn't care. Just call them. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out, Unk. Come on, man.
Stay at the IG Live at least.
Yeah,
Stay
come
out.
on, man.
Come on.
Guardian Alarm could have had your back. Uncle Shay Shay. Your local security experts on Big D Energy. We sent you.
All
about
right.
Caesars?
What if I told you you could place any bet up to $1,000, and if you lost, you get that bet back? You wouldn't believe it, would you? But that's what I'm telling you right now. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. Enter the code Woodward1000. You'll get your deposit bet back up to $1,000. That's right, up to $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. That's all you got to do, everybody. Minimum bet's just $20. Bet $20, you lose, you get your $20 back. Think about that, everybody. Come on now. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000. Scan the QR code on the screen today. They got the Josh Allen boost. That's right. You know you're going to watch Thursday Night Football. How about Josh Allen? Over 249.5 passing yards, over 1.5 touchdowns, boosted to 220, over double your money. You think Josh Allen's going to go for 250 and 2 tutties? Scan the code on your screen right now. Use promo code Woodward1000. Jump in to there. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on the injury expert. That's right, Dr. Jeff Pierce, the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday right here on Big D Energy. Every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Also breaking sports news, injuries in the sports world. He breaks those down as well. Trust the guy that Darren McCarty trusted with his career. Dr. Jeff Pierce can keep you in the game, keep you performing at your best. He's got me going. I'm feeling good as well. Telling you, everybody, Michigan Sports and Spine Center, you're a weekend warrior. You got stuff going on. Dr. Jeff Pierce is the play. Scan the QR code on your screen. Give him a call, 248-426-9944. Dr. Jeff Pierce, powered by Amon-Ra of Southfield. All right, Tigers were power. Last night, they smashed the hapless Colorado Rockies. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty here with you. Silent Mike is in the building. Spencer Raxter as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, DNC, ENT, everything says Buffalo tonight, but Miami is the move. Miami moneyline, James Cook TD plus 480 via Caesars. Using Woodward 1000 right now tonight he is. Shout out DNC ENT. He's a real one.
Shout out.
Get in there. But yeah, let's go Red Wings Sparty. Tigers got 7 runs before Unk's video was done.
That's true.
That is true. No, but D-Mac, they smashed them. And look, here's the deal. No matter how this shakes out, I think it's real. I don't know. I have to research that on Caesars, by the way. The number. I probably should have done that to begin with, but I didn't. But anyway, in the meantime, while I look it up at sportsbook.caesars.com.
Shout out.
D-Mac, I'll say this. We were coming into the season, there was a lot of hope and a lot of promise, which there is every opening day. There were some ups to start the season. There were some downs, peaks and valleys, which in retrospect, we should have been prepared for. Because when you're constructed entirely of youth, that's what's going to happen in the game. But I will say this, no matter how this shakes out, the decision week is coming up. They got the Orioles, the Royals, the Orioles. So and
then we finish with the White Sox?
The Rays and the White Sox.
Yeah.
So this is like decision week coming up for the Tigers. I do want to say this before we go into it, because today's an auto win. They won. I'm already counting that as a win. Scooble's not losing to that bum-ass team. But anyway, D-Mac, no matter how this shakes out, here's what I like about what I saw, especially coming down the stretch. They do what you're supposed to do to bad teams. And that's, D-Mac, that's big. Tell me that's not a step in a team's development.
I said that yesterday. I said that look at the ineptitude. If you want to go back to the Red Wings season, is where did it, sputter and end up hurting them is the games against Arizona, against the bottom team late that they lost. They lost. They had an opportunity for 4 points and they maybe got 1. Right, where you got to bang. You bring it up tonight right? And all that's going through my head is, and this is why we play the game. I wish that Skubal, you just write it in. There's another win. He doesn't even have to go out and pitch, but that's not the case. I don't think, to your point, are they looking ahead to that big series? No, I think that AJ Hinch has them ready, and they're playing. What do they have to do at hand? And how is that? How do you know that? Because they're taking care of the worst team like they should. They're supposed to beat on Colorado like they have the first couple games, right? That bodes well for the end of the year when you're playing the Tampa Bays and the White Sox, and hopefully we will get there where you can say, hey, we're going to win 5 out of 6 of these games. And what does that happen? Because we've set ourselves up through the Kansas Cities and the back-to-backs with the Baltimore. So that's the whole year right now. And frankly, from a guy who wasn't watching because Bally turned off and didn't make an appointment viewing, it's appointment viewing now again. So thank you, Detroit Tigers and the youth and everything that they've done as an organization to make it this interesting. So to me, it's just like watching the end of the season of the Red Wings and hoping they can get there. I just think that it's if they can go in and beat Baltimore and both win the series, that's where it's at. That's what you got to, like, 2 or 3 or 4, whatever it is. So we're coming down to crunch time, and happy to be here. Happy that I care, Neil. Happy that I care. In September, middle of September, and I give a shit about the Tigers. Because I didn't give a shit in July, but they care now. So, I mean, and you see, no matter how it ends up, whether we make the playoffs, how it goes down, you have a future. You have something to look forward to again next year. So we were high at the beginning of the season going in, and now, and then it sort of tailed off, and some of us, like Kenny and myself, had apathy. But that apathy, we've brought it back because they've cared. I know that, here, how about this bet? So I know a good friend of mine, one of the starters over at Red Run, right, was getting dogged earlier in the season because he had Detroit's win totals. He had it at 70, then he rebet it at 75, and then he rebet it at 80, right? They've already got 76, which is a cash in. It's a if he hits 80 wins, which they will, cha-ching. It's like plus 5,600. You got paid for his opinion. Absolutely. That stuck with it. So that's a Neil Rule move. Buying into weakness of a number. That's why he's one of the best gamblers I know. And one of the best starters. Shout out, Pat. Too. Yeah, absolutely. Look, we haven't done this yet, so let's do it. I want it. You want to get granular on it, D? Granularize it. You want to look at the path? Because for me, the Twins' schedule is not easy at all. Granted, they have 3 games against the Marlins. We have, our end against the White Sox. So that's kind of a wash. Whatever you expect them to do, you expect that to pretty much be the same. They got Cincinnati for 3. They're at Cleveland for 4. They're at Boston for 3. Then they have the Miami series, and then they end the season with 3 against Baltimore. So that is not easy. So I start kicking around the numbers. I say 3 against Cincinnati. And yes, this is pure projection, but whatever. Say they got 2 or 3 against Cincinnati at home. They got 4 against Cleveland. Say they got 2. That's 4 wins. Say they get 1 at Boston. Just 1. That's 5 wins. They get their 3 against Miami. That's 8 wins. Say they get 1 against Baltimore. That's 9 wins. If you played out the simulations, that would be about what it is. Say they got 9 wins. That will put them at 87 wins. So the Tigers, in the meantime, would need to win 12 games to get to 87, plus they have to be a game better because they're a tiebreaker back. So that's where it sits right now. Again, just the Twins going around 500. And the Tigers with 75 wins right now. You figure 87's the number, and if 87 is the number for the Twins, the Tigers' number has to be 88. So you start breaking it down, and you look at where can the Tigers get to 12 wins with what they have left on the schedule. And it's just, you got Colorado, that's a free one, that's 1. You got Baltimore coming in, say you get 2, that puts you at 3. You need 2 against Kansas City, that puts you at 5.
say you get 2 at Baltimore, that puts you at 7, and then you have 6 left against Tampa and Chicago where you got to get 4. It's there.
It is there. There's a path.
And I'll tell you this, like, the path is the reason I do this, and it's very granular. The reason I do this is, does that sound unrealistic? No. Not at all.
Not
because
really.
the Tigers beat the piss out of bad teams. They don't lose to them at all with 1.5 pitchers, man.
Yeah.
So
Chris Fetter's a dog.
there it is, man. Sean Hart, 4 wins against Baltimore is going to be tough. No doubt, but that's mitigated by Baltimore having to play Minnesota at the end too. And Baltimore's a half a game back of the Yankees in the division, dude. It's all on the line.
Yeah.
All of it. So this is not as unrealistic as one would think. So again, ma'am, Lem's 31M, 13-3 sounds a bit much, but we'll see. But again, though, too, like, I know it's aggressive to say, get 2 of 3 in Baltimore or to take 4 of 6 from Baltimore. I understand that, but if you do that, you are a playoff team.
Yep. And that's the things you got to do if you want to be a playoff team.
That's it.
That's how you have to. That's how you have to take care of yourself.
It is literally. This is as fair as it gets, everybody.
Yeah.
It is literally out there for the taking. They're playing good baseball. The bats are hot. I mean, I temper the whole bats thing as of late. The Colorado Rockies
They suck.
are a joke of a franchise.
Yeah, they really are.
They're the White Sox West.
Yeah, they're pretty damn bad. But like you said, it's good to see them beat up on the bad teams.
They're
You
not
need
just
to do
beating.
that.
They're beating the piss out of them too.
You need to do that if you want to be a playoff team. You can't lose games that you're not supposed to because you have to go to Baltimore, because you have to do those things. So you have to beat up on the Rockies when you play them. You have to beat up on the White Sox when you play them. So at least they're doing that.
Yeah. Chuck Brewer, just playing till the last day is a win for me. I just hope fans don't do the Sam and call the season a failure if we miss by a game or 2. And Chuck, I'll be on people about that shit. I'll be like, oh, where's that Red Wings energy you guys had?
Yep, thought we were a failure.
Yeah. Your playoffs are bust, right? Like, we haven't
Scott
been in a
Harris be
decade.
fired?
No, but somebody up there should be.
I mean, is anybody just
But
not?
Can't be.
Is anybody just not happy when you look at the landscape and you just look back at our teams and go,
Thank you.
finally,
We're actually winning. We're seeing fruits of the labor.
God, just finally something to cheer for. And you know what? We're not there yet, and it's a work in progress. But it looks like, look at where the Lions are, and you look at we're talking about the Tigers. Most relevant they've been in the middle of September. We saw what the Wings did at the end of the season. We're still waiting. Pistons have made changes. We're still waiting for that. Like Michigan last year. You look at the Sparties. Like, wow. I'm grateful. I'm grateful because from now, into next year, into whatever, it's not going away. I see these teams building, and finally, I see some traction. And more traction by their teams. Now, doesn't mean that you're, laying down rubber and, going 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. No, but we're moving. I mean, look at how this baseball team's doing it. Look at the identity of this football team. It's nice. It's nice to be bitching and moaning about certain things and giving a care, but to be in it. Because we haven't been. Now, you and I know what it's like because we've lived it a few times,
right,
either with our youth or even as our adulthood, whatever. But for all the kids out there and for everybody who can't remember because they were too young, now is the time.
And you know what it is, too? And this is selfish, okay? This is selfish for me. Here's the biggest thing, D-Mac. There's at least a bit of a payoff for all the time. And I've told you guys this, and some of you are right there with me. I understand that. Some of you float in and out. D-Mac has said, D-Mac's honest. He parachutes in and parachutes out, and that's fine.
Back in, cut the cord.
Back in. Yep, he's in. Okay, and that's cool. And that's cool. It's just this is why. I told you, and a lot of you are the same way, whether you know it or not. When you check in with the Tiger, Danny Raxter watches the games.
He doesn't watch them, but he listens to them in the garage.
He listens to him in the garage.
We can't watch him.
If anything, Spenny, it's only further solidified Danny Raxter's standing.
Because Xfinity didn't, like,
they moved the tiers around.
Yeah, we didn't get Bally
over.
back. We got to pay like $50 more a month just to get Bally. We're like, no, we're not going to do that. Well, I think we're going to get Bally app for Pistons and Red Wings.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, so that's it. But the moral of the story is this: I'm happy for the Danny Raxters and the Neil Rules and you guys and everything like that. That it's like my official thing of summer. When I go on family vacay, and say we're driving somewhere, say we're driving to Savannah or whatever, I turn the satellite radio on and listen to the game while I'm driving. Yep. I'm always keeping tabs on it. So we got over a little bit. I got a question for the people when we come back, because I do want to get into the Lions. I do, because it's time to talk about this Tampa Bay matchup. It is Thursday. Tomorrow, D-Mac is out. Sam Flan will be in. We'll be doing heavy football nickel packages, as you might imagine. We're going to be doing a Bourbon Friday. We got a special announcement in the Bourbon Spectrum.
I'm going to wake up in the morning and go to the gym so I can participate in Bourbon
Friday.
Yeah.
So we got a special bourbon announcement, bourbon affiliation with the show. So tomorrow you don't want to miss that. We got a lot popping here at Woodward. We will just say that. But I have a Tigers question for you when we come back. D-Mac,
awesome.
Tell me, Lady Janes.
Yes, awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. Obviously, I'm talking about Lady Jane's haircuts. Come on, stop and sit back, relax, and let one of the talented Lady Jane's stylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. That is right. They are the best car dealer in all the land. How do I know? There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations. What does that mean? Well, it means all car brands are represented. That's another reason why I know that Feldman is the elite car dealer in the land. Ford, Kia, we know about Feldman Chevrolet and Novi. They're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Here's a play, everybody. Need a car, want a car. Step 1. Step 2, go to feldmanauto.com. Step 3, find your car, start the buying process. There you go, everybody. Boom. You're all set, man. And we'll talk to Ryan Palter, sales manager for Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. He'll be on for the Pigskin Pick'em Cup. And I'll tell you what, for a professional football picker, he's a heck of a sales manager as a hobby.
That's for sure.
That is true.
The greatest compliment you ever gave.
Yeah, that is true. No, but again, Feldman Auto, guys, that is where it's at. You guys know the work they do in the community too, with the Children's Miracle Network and the golf outing and all of that. They're a staple of the Detroit community, have been since 1996, everybody, since before high definition television. feldmanauto.com. All right, we're keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. Silent Mike is in the building. Silent Mike, they want to know, you still with us? There he is. There he is. Pure electricity in the air. Spencer Raxter in the building as well.
Hello.
Heavyweights, 5 to 7. Tap into that. Him and Easy. Woodward Sports Chat there. Oh, I want to do a poll real quick.
Okay.
I want to know, will any of you be watching the Tigers game while the Lions game is on?
No. If they say yes, they're lying.
No, they play Baltimore?
Yes.
I think it'll be on
They should push that
It'll
back.
be one of the apps on the live up there on the phone, right? So if I follow, if say for example, right, I was a guy that had a fantasy team, and I was a guy that sport bet through Caesars Sports Bet. I'd have my fantasy team, I'd have that, and then I'd have Bally's or whatever score update on the app, so I can go and look to it, right? I would hope that if they're in sort of contention or not, but it's not, is that they may give you an update in the game, so you didn't have to go look.
Which I'm sure they will. The teams downtown are pretty cool about that. But see, I think that no one is going to, and here's why. Ticket prices for Sunday. Tickets start at $6.
For the Tigers?
For Tigers-Orioles. $6.
What time's the game start?
So
12:10.
Who's going, what time is it?
12:10.
So who's going down to the ball game to watch the football game? Go to the ball game, maybe you got a suite.
Hey, I'm telling you this, by the way. Come on out to Second Best, 42 Watson Street, and watch it all.
What time?
Sean and I will be on from 10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Yep.
Let's make it.
So there you go. So yeah, come on through there. But that's what I'm curious about it. Will anybody be watching the game? 53% of it's 50-50.
Sure.
Damn, Spenny, come on now. $6 for tickets, though. I think people might. I'm siding with you, Spenny.
Yeah.
The market says that people might be lying.
Not a chance. And I understand, like, if you have both TVs on, cool. I'm watching.
What are you paying attention to?
I am paying attention and watching every snap of the Lions game.
Well, you have to.
Yes.
You're doing the watch party at Hayes
true.
Social.
That is
Which,
true.
if you're on the east side, roll on over to Hayes Social.
Shout out. It's going to be a banger.
We'll do both watch parties.
We're going to have Soroki's. We got Soroki's first
Oh, my
downs.
God. I am.
We got Soroki's at
Oh,
yeah.
My Sunday is covered.
We're going to have Soroki's first downs and, New Holland touchdowns.
Spenny pledges to chug one.
Shotgun.
Shotgun one every touchdown. Silent Mike. Is that
every Lions touchdown?
Does that even get you excited? Okay. All right.
A Silent Mike experience.
It's electric.
A Spenny, either like an experience. Have you had a Spenny experience
I've only
yet?
heard stories.
Opening day?
Yeah, I've only heard stories.
You only heard? Oh,
Yeah.
wait
You
till
could have
see
watched
it.
the Spenny experience live on
makes me
Fox
proud.
2 on opening day. That was it's a good time. And Tim even said it for for next year's opening day. He's like, maybe we fill in the heavyweights that day and just let them do
Let them
their
loose.
thing. I was like, yeah.
Turn it into a heavyweight holiday.
Oh man,
You turn them loose.
It's my favorite day of the year every year.
53% of the people say no, they will not watch the Tigers. 46% say yes. So it's hanging in.
They're lying.
Steve O'Baby, I was only 4 years old when the Tigers won the World Series, Neil. I was 17 and 18 when the Wings won back-to-back cups. I'll always cherish those memories. And I'll say this, Steve O'Baby, that the Tiger season of 06, and this is because it came out of nowhere. I mean, you could see it kind of building up, like they pumped the money into the team and got a leap, signed some big names that actually worked out. You could see it kind of coming a little bit, but it for all intents and purposes, like how many 20 home run seasons did Craig Monroe have?
It was
and
more
Marcus
bought.
Timms?
It was more bought than
Right.
it was built.
Yeah, it was.
We're in build now.
This is organic.
This is organic, and this is what did you say when Scott Harris came here?
I said they're doing this the Rays fashion,
The Rays fashion, the
Moneyball,
Giants fashion, different
arbitration, player control. This is what they're doing. Burn, man, I miss September in the D. It's 10 years since we really had one. And no, that's Burn. That's absolutely true.
Neil, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you have more confidence? Because I think that I do now. And I don't know what reason for, but when the team's moving in the right direction, stuff like that, I have in the back of my mind, if they were ever going to add or pay or go get a guy, I think it might be this offseason now in the direction. They were waiting until they were moving in this direction.
I don't think so.
You still don't think so?
No, because they're going to sink the cost in Baez. And
so if
but getting rid of Baez is their addition.
would that be your Tiger fandom, be like mine, if they sunk the cost and buy us to get them out of here, that is like signing somebody else?
No.
Or no?
And that's where I get off the highway,
Okay.
D-Mac, right there,
I
because
mean,
I don't care.
You don't accept the fact that if they did buy-us and didn't do anything else and let the kids go?
No, I don't accept that, because there is no salary cap. There is no salary cap.
And that's why.
And we've rolled with you. And Tigers, I've been with you forever. Like ever since I was a little kid, through 10 years, in some form or fashion, every day. And $25 million can't be the line. It can't be the bridge that you won't cross. It can't be. This town's ridden with you for a decade here. Danny Raxter's listening to the games in his garage.
It's true.
$25 million. Well, hey, we're not there yet. Enjoy the ride, Neil. Neil. Calm down, Neil.
Playoff push.
We'll deal with this in November.
Maybe this is...
Is that fair?
That's fair.
That's fair. All right.
Okay, maybe it's just me, but what is it, September 12th? There's some sort of me that thinks that they're not only will do the right thing, but also maybe a little surprised. Maybe we're 1 year premature. I don't know, but the direction that they're going and what they're doing, the way these guys are fighting, it's almost like, come on, can we give them a little bit more help?
That's when you boil it all down, that's where I am with it. Mm-hmm. And you guys heard that. We had a clip that went fairly viral talking about the Tigers where I was like, get this man some help. Get Scooble some help. Remember we had that discussion? And Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter have been helping. So help those guys too. But anyway, though, help me. Rack, what's the Caesar Sports code again? Is it for new users only? Yes, new users only. But again, it's Woodward 1000.
Woodward 1000.
So there it is, everybody. Tap into that Woodward 1000. Get it out there and get in. DNC-ENT already has, everybody. So there you go. All right, we're doing the football when we come back. What was the final numbers on the poll?
58% no.
That's less than I thought.
People are lying.
Spenny says you're liars. All right, Lions, Buccaneers. Let's get into it. Tell them about Premier Pet Supply.
Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family, locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Sports merch. That's right, the Boot 'Em Kid shirt is still out there. We're still selling them too, which is pretty wild. Yeah, shop.Woodward Sports. Hey, booing kids never goes out of season.
No,
that's what I was told about us here in Detroit. Get the Stoke Not Scared T-shirt. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. Get out there, everybody. The best wearables in the game. Shop.WoodwardSports.com. D-Mac, look at that bunker shot up there on the Golf Channel. You like that one? Fried egg, too. That's tough. All right, we are back at it. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. Oh, I'm stunned. It hit the lip. Oh, they get to do it again, too. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We got Silent Mike in the house as well for the rest of the week. Pure Electricity. I've heard that people just watch Woodward Sports because of Silent Mike.
I mean,
waiting.
He's always there.
He's always there, dude.
Watching.
Spencer Raxter as well. Waiting. All of you in the Woodward Sports.
First moment to strike.
Chat room. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jonathan Anton, what about talking Pac-12? Robert Closia asked about it as well. If you didn't hear, the Pac-12 has added
Pac-12's back.
Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and bum-ass San Diego State in football. What happened?
No San Jose State?
Nope, not that I've heard.
That's their fault.
But that is their fault. They're undefeated.
Yep.
So anyway, Hawaii still in the Mountain West as well. As long as you got Hawaii and San Jose State, they can do the Oregon State, Washington State thing.
Yeah.
Just do 2 teams, and I'm in.
Yeah.
Play at midnight every Saturday, man. Just play 12 times.
The Pac-12 doesn't get a bid this year, do they?
No, because they changed it.
They only have like 4 teams.
But I guess there is talk that Oregon State and Washington State can challenge that in court because it was still under the agreement.
Power 5, yeah.
Yeah. So
nobody wants to see you bums in the playoffs.
Here you go.
All your good teams left.
So there you go. So that's, Jonathan, that's really the crux of it. Largely our audience doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know, that's entertainment for me and Spenny and Robert Colosia and you, and that's about it. All right, Lions, Bucks, everybody. They're getting ready to do battle this week. Yesterday, and I'll go to Spenny with this because he had the reaction. Sewell, Joseph, Davenport all didn't practice on Tuesday. What are the streets saying? And by streets, I mean the writers. What's the deal with that?
I mean, I don't think it's too much to worry about. Davenport was a groin. Kirby was a hamstring. If you're going to worry about any of them, it would be those two. Sewell was an ankle, I think, or something like that. He's going to play. I'm not worried about that.
He looked all right at the end of the game. Yeah.
So did Kirby. So did Davenport. So I would be surprised if those guys didn't play. It was, we'll see.
Okay.
The thing I was happy about that J-Mo practiced, Carlton Davis practiced.
Right.
Those were the two guys that you saw kind of deal with a little bit of an injury. Obviously, J-Mo came back in after his injury scare, and Carlton Davis just looked like he got the wind knocked out of him, so that wasn't anything too crazy. But yeah, both of them practiced in full. DJ Reader practiced in full.
And there it is.
You like that.
D-Mac, DJ Reader practiced in full. You ready? You ready for the experience?
Absolutely. Can't wait. We're so excited when he signed. Just to see what he adds to the middle of that field, and he's going to need it. Obviously, with Baker Mayfield, and hopefully he adds what we think he's going to add. Obviously, it's the same thing. You're going in with a little, not skepticism, but it's we got to see, right? We got to see because he's coming off that quad injuries, stuff like that. And but if he can be anything like he was last year, right? You're way ahead. He's going to make everybody around him better.
But for the record, by the way, to wrap up the baseball discussion real quick, at Caesar Sportsbook, the Tigers to make the playoffs are 7-1. 7-1's worth a spin, man.
That is.
I think that's worth a spin. You're more or less betting against the Minnesota Twins at this point, but
which is a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, 7-1, man.
Fucking Angels suck too.
Yeah, they won a game though. Like that's all you can ask.
Get one more.
Damn, so greedy.
I'm greedy.
You are, man. But no, talking Lions, Bucks here, and then just to get everybody up to date, as far as, what we're talking about, the betting world and where it sits. Lions, Bucks. I've seen 7.5, and that's where it's sitting right now. 7.5, over under 51.5, and again, that comes courtesy of Caesar's Sportsbook. But D-Mac, I'm not going to lie to you, man. When I heard the subtractions from practice on Tuesday, to see all those names out, I didn't like it. But then again, I have to remember that this is life for a lot of teams and a lot of players. And we're still new to this expectation, this Super Bowl or bust. So what I'm going to do, D-Mac, is lean on the staff, lean on the medical staff, and say, okay, we're cool.
It's all part of it. It's all part of it. Who's available for Sunday? This is all about Sunday. This is all about making yourself available, and we've seen that. And this is a team that got themselves to the NFC Championship game, so I think they know what they're doing, right? So until they don't, and again, you're starting the season playing both teams that you played in the playoffs last year, and you're playing it at home. So I'm excited. This should be a hell of a football game.
And I would agree. Dan Campbell, because here's what I think, and I may be guilty of this, D-Mac, is I think, like, you hear me do this all the time where I talk about a spot. I feel like this is a spot for the Lions. I think this is a spot for them to play well. Admittedly, offensively, they did not play well on Sunday night. I think this is a spot for them to bounce back. I don't take the Buccaneers defense into account. And I hear Dan Campbell say it, which fortifies it with me. It's up to the Lions.
Always is.
It's up to the Lions. The Buccaneers defense plays no part in this. If the Lions play well, they can't stop them.
Execution, right? And as a team in any league that has championship aspirations, your mentality is it's not what they do to us. It's all on us. It's what we do to ourselves.
Dan Campbell
it's what we do to ourselves. Are we prepared? Can we execute our game plan? That's our mentality as, back in the day as the Detroit Red Wings, is that if we played our game and everybody took care of what they needed to take care of, there wasn't a team that could beat us. Right? And that's the mentality that I think that you hear out of the coaching side, is being prepared. And this is all part of it. So if a guy has to miss a practice and this and that, they know what they're doing to get the guys ready for Sunday.
This is where I lean on you and ask you, D-Mac. Back in the chip runs, what was the practice percentage?
Oh, well, so the NFL is different, right? But if you think that it's sort of like playoffs during the week or whatever like that, like Scotty Bowman's mentality was puck drop is 7:30. Whatever you have to do to get yourself to be the best on that day. So it's about learning what you needed to do in preparation, how much practice you needed. If some guys needed time off, some guys needed to skate. Like Drapes would hardly ever miss an optional because his mentality is he's one of those ones that, hey, I'll get sick if I don't work out. Whereas myself, it's like I got to save the energy and focus and whatever just for that night. It's more important to mentally do other things and stuff like that, as long as physically you're prepared. That's all it is.
Control your nervous energy.
Whatever it is, be what's going to make you the best you. Now, when you're a younger player, you usually, you're part of. There isn't an option.
You feel like you need to be there. Yeah,
you got to pay your dues. You haven't figured it out yet. And it's a lot easier when you win. I think they learned a lot about themselves, the Detroit Lions, in last year's run. And again, to me, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell and this entire coaching staff, from the coaches to the trainers, have a full grasp of everybody in that locker room, whether you're on the main roster, whether you're on the practice roster, whatever it is. And that's just a blessing. So you're going into combat, so to speak, and you like what you have. And when you worry about is what you're going to do and how you're going to execute, you're already ahead.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Nicholas Duncan, Bucks about to be cooked, 41-23. And Nicholas, I think, and I don't call for this, right? And I'm not calling for a bet on it, because once you throw that hook on the 7, I always get nervous about that. Then you're under so much pressure to score first. When you're laying that hook and the other team scores the first touchdown, you're down 14.5-0.
In a one-score league, right?
That's a big swing right
over
there.
Over one score.
But my gut is telling me I'm with you. I think that they're going to execute flawlessly offensively. Flawlessly. And I think the pace of the game, because here's the thing too. When the Lions execute flawlessly and put 30+ on the board, the number of possessions goes up. So it stands to reason the number of points you're going to give goes up.
Over.
I always get caught up.
Highest point total of the week per Caesar Sportsbook.
Again.
Which
last week they were the highest too. No, but because and it wasn't until I started working in sports and being around it every day where I understood game flow and the impact that it has. Because people just look at cold hard numbers at defenses. They just say, well, this team gave up 10 points. Their defense has to be good. Well, I mean, not all 10 points are constructed the same. When you get 3 more possessions, you're going to score more points. That's just the way that things work out. So I do think it's going to be weird, right? I think if the Lions do that, like what we're talking about, they put 40-plus on the board or whatever it is, and say they do give up 28. Say it does get high scoring like that. I think the reaction everybody will have post-game is like, well, did you see the defense gave up 28 points? You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be something. Because I was frustrated after the Rams thing. And I was frustrated in the moment, like the fans, but then the further I got away from it, the more I kind of came around on it. It's always going to be something.
No, there's always going to be something, but that's also, too, is you're nitpicking on a team, a championship team. You don't nitpick on, what are you going to nitpick on, the Tigers when they were struggling or the Wings when they stunk or the Pistons?
No, you're just like, they stink.
Expectations. And I think that the one thing is to break it down is, if that's the case, how were they scored? The one thing, and I think when we come back from break, but I want that nailed Aaron Glenn's quote about Carlton Davis and about preparation and stuff like this, mentality, is spot on as far as going against your former team and doing different things like that. So that doesn't bother me. To me, it's win the game. I don't care how we do it. Then we'll break it down on what went wrong, whether it's, like, do you not think Mike Evans and Chris Godwin or whatever are going to get something? It's the NFL, bro. It's the offensive league. It's set up for the receivers. They're great receivers. They are going to get something, but they're not going to get all of it. And I think that we're going to show something because this secondary isn't the last secondary that they faced last year in the playoffs.
Woodward Sports Chat there. Patrick, Neil, I'm still blue-balled from your get right yesterday, that cut off at the end. We ventured late night Saturday.
Late.
I did break it down and get back to basics. We are going to UFC for that one. Sean O'Malley, lock it in. We locked it in yesterday, Caesar Sportsbook, minus 140.
Shout out.
That's where it is, which I know is a little heavy. We don't typically lean that way, but I think it's worth the stretch, everybody. So we'll get back from the Michigan debacle, where I thought no way the quarterback room would be that bad, but it is. We'll talk some college football coming up in the second hour of the show as well. Planet Fitness, everybody. We're live from the Planet Fitness Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your budget. That's right. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. And guess what else? Black Card, still just $24.99 a month, everybody. Get you unlimited uses of all the amenities. I've told. What's your game plan? You doing cardio, weights, Spenny's doing back, you stretching, plyometrics, you press for time, 30-minute circuit. It's all there for you. Some of you are spending $70, $80, $90, $100 a month for a gym membership. Why? I'll never understand that. Planet Fitness is the best deal in American consumerism. All Planet Fitness memberships include fitness training for no extra cost. Go to planetfitness.com, join there, pull in the parking lot. When you pass one, you can join there as well. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
One.
All right, everybody, want to know where the best pregame Lions party will be September 15th? This Sunday, Detroit's very own second best bar, 42 Watson Street. It is the ultimate fan experience. They got like a courtyard area. They got the games on the big screen, cornhole, all of that stuff. They got a bar outside. They got the more traditional bar inside with the TVs all over the place. And you can enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. Can confirm, by the way, I don't drink a ton of Irish whiskeys, but Tullamore Dew is one that I mess with. A little bit of ice, and we are good to go. And you can do it all while watching the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. Myself and Sean Belizean will be there, 10 to noon. this Sunday, only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
What about Dispo?
Absolutely. How would you like $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with the QR code. There it is right there. Bring it to any Dispo location. You'll get a free $10 to spend in-store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
Look, this defense is, it's an issue. It's always been an issue. I mean, they give you multiple fronts, multiple pressures. They disguise well. And so that in itself is always a headache. Vita Vea in the middle. These two edge rushers here are pretty good, man. They've grown, gotten better. Levante David in the middle. With their personnel, I know they're a little banged up, but we'll see how all that stuff works out. They're still going to have plenty of ammo over there defensively. I think, look, it's only been one game, but I do feel an improved offense when I watch last week's game. I think Cohen's doing a good job over there, just what they've asked them to do. Certainly Evans is a headache. Offensive line has improved, and they got the backs, and I just they've got a little bit of everything. And then when you got Baker who can facilitate it and run the show, it makes for a pretty efficient offense. So, this is going to be a good test for us. It's going to be a real good test.
It's been 6 years.
And that was Dan Campbell. Welcome to hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We also have Spencer Raxter. Silent Mike is in the building. Also happy to have you guys with us. And, for me, D-Mac, and jump into that chat, by the way. Get your thoughts out there. DNC ENT. Holy F, a UFC get right? Yes, we are on it, DNC ENT. Also, too, Tony says, not a fan of Merab, but Merab dominates on the ground and will win by unanimous decision. Tony, the only way that he's going to the ground is when he goes to sleep. He will be knocked out in that fight. I promise you. I promise you he will be knocked out. The reach advantage, it's O'Malley's like a tarantula spider in there, dude. He's just too tall for everybody in that weight class.
Yeah, he's long.
He's long and lanky, man. So, yeah, Merab he'll be on the ground for about 13 seconds before the doctors come in there and get him up. So there's that out there as well. No, but D-Mac, this matchup, and it's funny because when Dan Campbell starts talking about it, I was like, shit, I forgot about Vita Vea. And, man, I forgot about Levante David. The Bucs, dude, I don't know why everybody sleeps on the Bucs every year. I don't know why that is. And, Baker Mayfield, are you ready for this comment? Spenny, I'll even look to you on this. Baker Mayfield's one of the better values in the NFL.
Yes.
I know that's stunning to people, but he is.
He had a damn good season last year.
Hell yeah, he did. And he can beat you on any given week. He's still got that juice, man.
Proved it last week, putting up points.
Yeah, I mean, they pounded Washington, obviously.
But it doesn't matter. Okay. But the fact is like Dan Campbell said, is that they've improved. That offense has improved. He's more than serviceable. He's a good, middle of the road quarterback. If he was your backup, you'd be rocking.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
the Browns wish they still had Baker. That's for sure.
Here's the one thing, right? They like their quarterback, just like we like our quarterback. You look at Tampa. You know what I mean? They're all in on that, and it's proven. So. Everything they said, they have weapons. They have experience on both sides of the ball. That's what's going to make this such a great game. But I think that, when you look at talent-wise up and down the roster, that we should have the edge. Now you got to go out and play the game. It's always tougher to beat an opponent, right? To beat it, we've changed enough defensively, right? They haven't, like I mentioned yesterday. I feel that it's what they have to do offensively and adjust to react to what we have. But they've improved, and so have we. So that's, we have to wait and see. You've said it all along. We got to wait and see again about this defense. But if we tackle like we did and play that way, I think we come out with a victory.
And I agree. And I know the names, and we've talked about the names. And Vita Vea, He's probably your favorite non-Lion in the league, right, Spenny?
I love Vita Vea.
I do too, man.
Yeah.
I do too. Like, Vita Vea is a disruptor, dude. Requires a double team constantly. Keeps you honest in the run game. That's
exactly what we're hoping DJ Reader provides, correct?
Correct.
Is to match their Vita Vea. And that's what it is. Go through position players, and they got this, but we got that. And they got, you got Godwin and Evans versus Amon-Ra and JMO, right? In that aspect, you sort of, with the pedigree, you give them the edge. But then you look at, different things. You got Laporta, and you look at the way that they ran the ball. I know it was one game, but, they're coming in with a better, like Dan Campbell just said, this offense, limited time that we're playing against is better than we faced in the playoffs last year.
Joseph Austin, remember when Baker threw his teammates under the bus? Yeah, say how good he is. Checks numbers from last year. 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Won the division title, beat the Eagles in the playoffs. So yes, Joseph, I will say how good he is, because those are good numbers. And guess what? He did it at a huge discount to market. So I would argue he's even more valuable in that respect. Look, and I knew this is going to hype the people up, and I'm not saying it to hype the people up because I don't do that bullshit, but I am telling you this. At 3 years for $100 million, Baker Mayfield's one of the best values in the National Football League. Period, point blank.
And just because so do you think that Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson and all these top paid guys,
oh my God, they would kill themselves to trade places.
Double the stats that Baker will have at the end of the year?
No, they will not.
Absolutely not.
Look at you, D-Mac.
Did I do it right?
Like, you know what I saw?
Right out of school.
You know what I saw right there, D-Mac, when you did that? I saw when my son rinses off his dish and then puts it in the dishwasher, not just puts it in the sink.
That's happened at your house?
Rarely.
Okay, but rarely. But
that's exact. It was a exact same feeling
proud
right
father
there, D-Mac.
Thank you.
Because that's math, and it's inarguable. Because this league, there is a salary cap, contrary to popular opinion. There is a salary cap. And guess what? That's your ammo. That's your power lever in this game. And the less you use on things and the higher return you get, it gives you an advantage in winning. And the Buccaneers, and oh, by the way, while we were having this chat, I did check Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Shout out.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 210 to win that division. Spenny.
Plus what?
Plus 210 to win that division. They're the third choice.
I still like the Falcons. They got a really easy schedule.
Kirk Cousins has a lot of Aaron Rodgers vibes to him, man. He can't move. I
think we see Michael Penix sooner than later.
You know what? I don't think
at
that's
210.
That's not a stupid take.
That's a great value bet. I don't care what it is, but
it's a good value bet for sure. I mean, I just still think it's going to be Atlanta personally.
You're getting a game head start on it too.
TJ Watt looks like he's going to be the MVP this year if he plays like he did it against Atlanta every week. He was every week.
Oh, he's a beast, no doubt. Will he stay healthy the whole time?
That is the question.
That's the rub, everybody. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there, get your thoughts out there. Jack Harrington says Flannel is a hater. I just read that one. The
NFC South is indeed garbage.
Woodward Sports.
The Panthers look like they got worse. Well, I mean, they did get rid of Brian Burns, and Derek Brown is injured now. Shitty, poopy Panthers.
Jay Thomas, but Neil, he's not consistent. Baker, cool, but Jameis Mayfield, I see no difference. Checks notes last year. 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 10 picks.
Freaking Jameis has 10 picks in 3 games.
Right. That's the month of September for Jameis.
I think, but Baker's one of those guys that will always get the disrespect.
He does.
Right? The disrespect
I love Baker.
From not the number. He's a competitor. He's a baller. Dude.
When he told Texas A&M to suck his dick from the other sideline, I was like, yeah, kid's got moxie. I like him.
I mean, and again,
when he planted the flag at Ohio State, planted the Oklahoma flag, that was dope. Baker's the man. It's hard not to like Baker.
No doubt. But again, like getting through all of this, it's not up. It's not up to the Buccaneers what happens this weekend. And 15 to 17 weeks, 14 to 17 weeks, whatever number you want to put on it, it's not up to the opponent. I just want to get everybody to remember that. Joseph, yeah, guy throws teammates under the bus. Neil knows the cost, but forgets the value. No, I know the value exclusively. Exclusively. They're getting him for half the cost of Dak Prescott to once again throw 4,028 and 10 picks. What you got, Spenny?
I'm Brand Flannel Sam in the chat. Moxie is not real. I hate Baker. Of course you do, because you hate fun, Flannel. And Moxie's definitely real.
Wait till tomorrow.
Baker's got Moxie.
Wait till tomorrow with Flannel Sam. No, he absolutely does. Like that's and
it's
again,
hard not to like it. Like you got to be Flannel Sam if you don't like Baker.
Right, but backing up to Joseph's comments, like you know the cost, but forget the value. They won the division and beat the Eagles in the playoffs last year, and were one possession away from beating the Lions.
Yeah,
they were. Like you can say what you want, they were.
They're a good team.
They're a good team. Yeah, no doubt. But I think this is a spot.
I will say people like overhyping Baker a little bit after week 1 kind of makes me like he played the Commanders. Like he's not going to throw for 4 touchdowns and have a perfect QBR every week.
And when we do the pregame show on Sunday, by the way, when we do our picks, there will be a Baker Mayfield interception prop in mind.
Yeah. And here's the thing. This is when you want to play Baker in Tampa after he's shown out, because what is his track record?
Regression to the mean, always. Except for last year when he was 28 touchdowns, 10 picks,
no, but
and 4,000
I mean, you look
yards.
at the yin and yang. He still is like he's probably due for 2 picks.
ETN says Flannel wishes he had Baker's Moxie. That's true.
DNC ENT. How is Moxie not real? Flannel 0 Moxie.
That is also true.
Neil mid Moxie.
Flannel does not have.
And
Moxie.
I saw John Moxley 100% on AW last night, so he's real.
There you go. Like you're breaking it all down. Tell them about Swiss Insurance. D-Mac.
Absolutely. Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in the extra fees. How do you go about doing it, you ask? Well, you call my buddy Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698, or go to swissins.com.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. Exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust. On Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford and Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have Silent Mike in the building, Spencer Raxter. We have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jay Cruz and Baker about to be overcooked again. Lions win. No, and look, don't get me wrong. See, here's something that we missed too. Like, every one of these weeks are in a vacuum, man. Like, they stand on their own. And yeah, Baker looked great and everything last week, and he's very capable of that. He's an outstanding value in the NFL. But again, I'm guessing he will throw an interception this week because that's how the numbers bear out, at least one. And I think the Lions offense will execute perfectly. And then it's not up to Tampa Bay. It's up to the Lions. And if their offense executes, Tampa Bay has no shot in this football game. None. And if they execute perfectly, there will be a beating in this football game. D-Mac, I know you're not with us tomorrow. I know you got a lot going on. Give me your run through, man. How do you see this thing shaking out?
This game?
Yes.
Obviously, I think we're going to try to, it's establish the running game. The Thunder and Lightning, the different packages, whether it's Gibbs or Demon to throw them off. But the big difference is I think you'll see Amon-Ra St. Brown in the game early, right? Get into the game early, which is such a blessing when he
that's
is
a great
non-factor in the first game in your W. It's usually like a more of a focal point. But what do I expect to see? I expect to see a continued, right? Like early on, we tackle. We show that we're ready to play. Just like that first series, just like that, the first quarter, whatever like that, it was different. Things were different. I think we dictate more than allowing Tampa to dictate, and, sort of early in the game, more in the second half, you let Stafford and the Rams get into a rhythm. I think we're going to see more pressure on Baker. I think we're going to see a couple picks. I think we're going to see a couple sacks. I think this is for what everybody believes it's going to be. I think that's more to the norm. I think that this is Dan Campbell spoke on it. The ability to take these two victories against, playoff teams that you played against early in the season and put them in the bank because it's in your, in the northern, in the NFC, isn't our ultimate goal home field advantage?
Correct.
That's the message, the imperativeness to that. I also expect to see Carlton Davis, right, shut down somebody or come up big some way. I think there was a tweet, wasn't there, Spenny? A tweet from Aaron Glenn talking about the breakdown that Carlton Davis did on the receivers of the opposing team. Because why? Because he was there last year. Gives us the best insight. When you have a guy that was just in a system, they don't change the whole system, overnight and stuff like this. So the insight that you have from a guy who is an integral part of their defense that played against their top receivers during practice, that went against Baker Mayfield, for a season, I like to hear what he has to say. And I think that you're going to see maybe some different schemes or coverages or things to that impact of what Aaron Glenn and what the team has been talking about. So, Tampa's going to get theirs. They're too talented not to, but I just don't think that they can stop us. We will dictate this game. Probably, dude, it'll be interesting because here's the one thing, right? Where now we've gotten the proof. And this is the one thing I'd just be hammering flannel about, right? It's what impact. And I know Amon-Ra St. Brown will probably be more of a focal point, but Jameson Williams is going to get his too. He's going to get open. They're going to find him.
No, it's like DNCNT says, get flannel. Aura is fake too.
Yeah,
he doesn't believe in aura.
That's not real.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Zenox says Hutch is going to dominate on Sunday with Reeder back on the line. Off topic, RM Dole, Darren, as an unbiased Canadian, Bret Hart or HBK?
Oh, come on. Black and pink all day. It's Hart Foundation.
Right.
Calgary. Absolutely. The Anvil. Let's go.
It's funny because while you were giving that breakdown, I was kind of perusing Caesars. Baker Mayfield, over half an interception, minus 130. I like that a lot, Spenny. Spenny, when you get in, you got to include that
1.5?
one. No, over a half. To him to throw a pick is minus 130.
Oh, yeah.
That one, now I'm like second guessing.
That's easy.
I figured that to be minus 160 minimum.
No, because they're going to have to throw the ball so much because they can't run the ball.
They can't run the ball. They can't run the ball.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's going to be, I believe, to that point that we're going to make them realize that early. Is that you're not running it on us. Go to your passing.
Well, I think they realize. I think the whole league realizes.
But here's the thing with Baker Mayfield, he's gunslinger.
Yeah.
So he's going to throw 2 balls that he probably shouldn't put in the air, right? And you're counting on one of them is going to get picked off.
Baker to throw 2 picks plus 300.
Well, I like that one.
I like that too.
Baker to throw 3 picks plus 1,100.
Look out. Now we're talking.
You going to sprinkle some, Spenny?
No. I maybe for 2, but not for 3.
Yeah, I know. I know. But hey, if you got a big bomb parlay going,
I'm gonna throw
you throw 2+ in there at 3-1, man.
Yeah, I'll boost that up a little bit.
I'm just saying, Spenny.
Somebody was looking in the chat. I saw they want a Lions-Bucks in-game parlay. That might be the plus 300. You might want to look at adding it.
Oh, I already know what I'm doing for my parlay this week. I'm doing over Amon-Ra catches, over Jameson Williams yards, under Rachaad White rushing, Baker to throw a pick, over Goff yards.
Okay.
I don't hate any of those.
I don't either.
I don't even know the lines yet, and I know I'm going over for those guys. Rachaad White's rushing total could be 30. I would go under. He already doesn't run the ball very well. And we're getting DJ Reader back. Oh, and Rachaad White catches over, whatever that is. It's probably going to be like 3.5.
You're going with Amon-Ra's over on receptions?
On catches, yeah.
6.5?
Yep. He's going to get back to it. Hawk Tua.
Back to it. To it.
I don't hate any of that either, man. So, hey, we'll kick it around for sure.
Real quick. We talked about this at all or whatever, the new kickoff alignment or
yeah, I talked about it. I talked about it on Monday. It's stupid.
Okay.
The whole thing's stupid. There's no motivation to kick the ball off. No, just blast it through the end zone and give it to them at the 30. Like, why are you going to risk a potential touchdown return for 8 yards or 9 yards? Why?
Oh, are the lines out? I'm going to cook this up right now. The lines are out.
Oh, yeah, they're out there, man.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
They're definitely out there.
Tell me what you get it at, Spenny.
Courtesy of Caesar Sportsbook.
Of course.
Let me cook this up real quick.
Yeah, that Brett Middleton brings up a great fact. J-Mo's catch over. He only needs 1 catch to hit his over.
Usually. Spenny, I just cooked one up based on some of your stuff there. Amon-Ra's over reception 6.5, J-Mo's yards 46.5, and Baker Mayfield 2 interceptions plus 1,300.
I like it.
There you go. See, just a little something. Hey, throw your $5 on it. Throw your $5 on it. Get your lunch money for the week, everybody. So. Just something that we're kicking around there. Just something we're going to kick around there. Speaking of the J-Mo thing, because I'm glad we're talking about it, because this is the one that I was waiting for, Spenny. This is the one that's going to get the people going. And I think you know where I'm going to go with it. Sam Flannel's going to have a seizure. Is Sam Flannel here?
Flannel was in the back the last time I checked.
Okay. Flannel, take your pills or whatever it is you got to take. You're passing out during the show and stuff like that. Do whatever it is you got to do, Flannel, because it's just an honest discussion. That's all. We're not calling for anything. I'm not making declarations. We're just talking this thing through, even though I know that's not how stuff works. But, D-Mac, I'm going to try. Is that fair?
Please do.
Can I try?
That's all you can do, Neil.
Can I try and tell you about the pregame show, by the way? Because we're doing it better than anybody. Guys, I don't care what you say. The flagship station, the networks, none of them. If you watched last week when we were live at Second Best, you already know. The New Holland Brewing pregame show. Myself, Sean Belizean, live at Second Best. Downtown Detroit, 42 Watson Street. We're on 10 a.m. to noon. Brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. It was electric down there. It'll be electric again this week. It's fins to be electric, but it doesn't start there. It starts with Woodward and Maine, 8 to 9 a.m. He became Matthew Broder when he started doing Lions pregame stuff. So whatever. Matthew Broder, Terry Foster. No word if he's going to go by Terrence or Terry. I don't know. He's keeping it Terry Foster for now. But you do that, the book in with the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show live at Second Best, brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew. Guys, we're doing it better than anyone. Trust me. Tens of thousands of you watched. Tens of thousands of you watch. And then it spills right into Spencer Raxter and Easy on the watch party live at Hayes Social into the postgame show. Nobody is doing Lions game day like Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a new limited time offer just in time for football season. Soroki's is debuting their fresh signature flavored wings. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza, and add fresh wings for the games this weekend. Try one of their 7 different flavors. I tried the buffalo and the lemon pepper yesterday. They were really good. You can order in store or go to Sorokis.com to find a location near you. Okay, so I cooked up a parlay. This is not a crazy one. This is one I actually have a lot of faith in, and I think is going to win. Courtesy of Caesar Sportsbook.
The official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. My parlay, it is plus 1,500. It's plus 1,497. So basically plus 1,500. I put $15 on it to win 240. Troy Lions money line. Jamison Williams over 44.5 receiving yards. Rachaad White over 23.5 receiving yards. Rachaad White under 45.5 rushing yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6.5 receptions, and Rachaad White over 3.5 receptions. And that is plus 1,500.
Throw the 2 picks on there.
I'm not doing
Throw the 2.
I already
give me a price on it.
I already put it on there. I already bet my money. Like I said, I got $15 on it, and I took earlier in the week Lions -7.
Smart man.
Yeah, creeping up.
There you go. Smart man. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Silent Mike here with you. Spencer Raxter as well. Sean Stanley, what was Neil's get right from yesterday? Sean O'Malley, UFC, 12:30, 1 o'clock a.m. Saturday night. D-Mac, I can't confirm this, but I'm pretty sure I'm undefeated. Bets that settle after midnight Saturday night, I don't think I've ever lost. Ever. So there's that one out there as well. D-Mac, I want to have this discussion. And Spenny asked the question. And I'm not looking to start shit, so just stop before you even say that. I want to talk through this. Spenny asked, can J-Mo take over as wide receiver 1 for the Lions? Just the discussion. And D-Mac, that's, I don't want to say that's like, that it's not a trick question. It's just, it's open to interpretation. Here's how I read this. Wide receiver 1. I see wide receiver 1 as the biggest threat on the field. That's how I see it. The guy where you're like, shit, we gotta know where this guy is every single time.
So I guess it comes down to what your definition
is.
Because that's not my definition. My definition is who do you know is gonna get the ball when they need the ball to be caught or need to make that play? Who is that go-to guy?
Then it's Tom Kennedy for me.
Well, there you go.
All right. No,
and
I'm
that's
kidding.
why we're on the same page. No, like that's what it is. And it doesn't, it's A or B and it's different skill sets, right? Like, so to me, you want your number one and your number two guy to be totally different. One guy can be the speed guy. One guy can be the deep threat. One guy can be the guy that everybody's got a game plan against because one play can change the game, right? And the other guy's got to be the possession guy. Got to be the security blanket. When you need that 3-yard out, that slant, whatever over the middle, that tough catch or whatever, that's your one. When everybody in the building knows that it's going to that guy, and that guy still makes the play no matter what. So I think to me it's more of an A and B because I think they're yin and yang, and they help each other out. Somebody brought it up during the week about that as Jameson Williams gets better, he's going to take away some catches or yards.
That was
right?
my point.
So who gives a shit? Because you know what? If the game goes like it did last game where J-Mo gets the long touchdown passes, whatever, and we win and Amon-Ra, what a blessing it is where Amon-Ra St. Brown can sort of be and he's never a spectator because he does too much stuff, right? With blocking and stuff like this. But when it's not the imperativeness for him to lead you in yards and catches and stuff like that, that's what makes you more valuable, right? That's what also, too, to me, it's your top two receivers and your tight end. Because your tight end is a receiver nowadays. And you got Sam Laporta, one of the best young ones, but one of the best in the league that I wouldn't change. So when you look at the three of those guys, it's like the Holy Trinity. How do they complement each other? And they got different skill sets and can do it at different times. So it's one game, Neil, I'm going to need Jameson Williams to burn the brakes off it, bust the defense, and beat him for a long touchdown. Like week one. And you know what? I think that I'm going to need Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's going to have 2 touchdowns and 8 catches or 9 catches this week or whatever, with third and 6s and 3rd and 4s and 3rd and 8s and stuff, and being effective that way. So however you want to say who's your number one, I don't care. I just want them both out on the field and healthy because when they're both there, they complement each other and they're going to help this team win.
No, and that's fair. But for me, D-Mac, we only have one Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and we've had this discussion before. That was kind of my thing with Fedorov.
Yeah.
Fedorov's the Ferrari. Jameson Williams is the Ferrari to me. Yeah. I think Amon-Ra is like the Escalade, like Range Rover.
Amon-Ra's your Iserman and J-Mo's your Fedorov.
And that's where I think
so
that
you
is
need
accurate.
Both. What do we always talk about until Dylan Larkin gets his Fedorov, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that to me is the yin and yang. But
we're onto something there.
But I also think the tight end in today's game is such more an integral part, obviously in the passing game and what they can mean. So it's one of these, how do you want it? How are you going to serve it up? And that's when it comes down to Ben Johnson to realize. The biggest thing that I realized, and I don't know if I missed it last year or whatever like this, but, I know that, like, who's number one running back? Who cares? Because they have different packages, and it seems like this is the Gibbs package, and Gibbs is in for these plays, and it doesn't matter if it's 3rd and 2nd, 3rd and 1, whatever like that. You're expecting Montgomery to come in and bull rush everything, and nope, they don't. They save them for like the way that they use them, and you saw it, a prime example. Dan Campbell, when they won the coin toss, gave this smirk like that's game.
It. Yeah.
I'm calling game right here. And that's it. And so it's all part of this recipe, right? That we don't have to do it. It goes back to you saying it depends on what we do, not what the other team does. Isn't this more so like that's the reality of it? So the availability is all that it is because these guys are going to get better and they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Goff will they'll figure out how to get the best of every world.
Sawston brings up a good point. They drafted J-Mo to be a wide receiver 1. And I don't think that's a crazy take.
That's not a crazy take.
They didn't draft a 4th rounder to be a wide receiver 1.
You don't draft a guy at 12 and not expect him to be wide receiver 1.
So here's my question.
That if everything was equal, would have been gone by 3. If he wasn't on the ACL, he would have been inside the top 5 easily.
Yes.
You know what's
Easily.
not important on a championship team?
The designation.
Labels.
Yeah.
Labels.
What do you know about that, D-Mac?
Every now and then you're gonna need a Tom Kennedy to come up and make a play.
It's true. But D-Mac, like, it is interesting because I like that comp. And I think you drilled this. Like the Yzerman Fedorov comp. Amon-Ra, St. Brown,
Who's
and
your
James.
reliability? Who's their face-off guy? Who's the guy you're gonna put on the in the muck or whatever? But who's your game breaker? Who's the one that you're gonna?
And that's what I like.
So
you like.
I like the dependability. I'm a grind liner.
You're a
I'm
grinder.
defense first, man.
Yeah.
I'm not paid to score the goals. I'm paid to keep them out of the net.
Right,
So
which is cool.
That's the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like the end zone.
I mean,
I like the end zone too, but I also understand that if I can get you closer to the end zone and you got, 3 or 4 shots from inside the 10-yard line, a lot better than inside the 40.
Burn, hey, Green Bay, how do you like Christian Watson, you bums?
That bet Easy made is looking pretty good.
What was it?
He bet Packers beat writer that J-Mo would have more total yards than Christian Watson on the season. Jersey bet. Easy also made a stupid bet with me yesterday.
What did he do?
Yeah, I bet him. I will pay him $400 if it doesn't happen. He will pay me $300 if it does.
Oh.
Kendrick Lamar performing not like us at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Ha.
Which, I mean,
So you bet him $400 that he will.
I get
He
300.
gets 3 if he
Easy
does.
thinks he won't. I think he will.
Okay.
So if he doesn't, I owe Easy $400. But if he does, Easy owes me $300.
That is interesting.
He'll
What,
do it.
Silent Mike, you think so?
Most
You
definitely.
think the NFL is going to vibe with that, though?
Most definitely.
That's the reason he got it.
That's the only reason why Jay-Z put him in that position.
Yeah.
Because this is Silent Mike. All of a sudden can't talk enough now. This is his lane. For those that don't
he's
know,
a music guy.
Silent Mike's in the music world. Silent Mike's on the 1s and 2s, mixes audio, all that stuff. He's elite. He's worked. He probably doesn't even want me talking to you about this, but he works with elite groups for real.
He does.
So like groups groups you've heard. Silent Mike is on the 1s and 2s for it all. But anyway. Look at you see the way his posture changed in that booth. Now he's squaring up.
He's like, fuck this sports shit. I'm with D-Mac. Let's talk wrestling and music. Yeah.
I would almost put a hedge on the bet for myself that it's the first song he plays.
Wow.
That's the reason he's doing it. It's the biggest song of the past 10
I can't see
years.
the NFL being cool with probably a minor. Like I can't see them cool with
a whole
that.
concert for it.
Yeah. He played it 7 times in a row live on Amazon.
No, I know. I get that. I understand that. But I'm talking the NFL.
Okay.
You know what the NFL likes more?
Money.
Let's hold on. I'm going to do a Neil to Neil right now. I'm going to be Neil, and he's going to be D-Mac. All right?
I got this. Will be perfect.
Why would they not? Right? What is the NFL most known for, and what is their biggest priority?
Oh, money.
And right, exactly. Now,
controversy too.
Does this bring to the forefront? Right, they just want eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Yeah.
and good, bad, right, wrong. Who's going to look bad, or who's going to take heat? The NFL will never take heat because they gave you people what you wanted.
And Drake.
And I'm talking about all of us. Gave us all what we want. And Drake's basketball, Kendrick's football. That's what it is. They're drawing lines. Adam Silver and Drake.
Yeah.
Goodell and Kendrick. So that's it. The NFL and NBA are drawing swords. Freddie, that might be the easiest money.
Oh, it's a
ever made.
lock. It's a lock.
Man, you guys went in after that one, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were yelling at each other for a while.
Hoof-hearted. He can change a few words or make a new verse.
Yeah.
A minor.
Exactly. He's going to say A minor. The only thing that really is bad is just he might not say pedophile. And,
Or I heard you like when young.
Yeah.
That might be the only line he changed.
Yeah.
Listen to Silent Mike
He's
now.
right.
He's the insider breaking it
but
down.
here's the thing. Golden Mike is the insider, right? When they ask these performances put together and the company, the NFL comes to it, and that's what they'd say. Do you have a PG-er version, right? Like of a word here or there. Now, as an artist or these artists, they already have that synonym. They already have the acceptable word that radio play or whatever. You know, it goes back to the Kid Rock. You know,
Like
instead of
he
saying
did
"suck
Mad
my
City."
dick," he says "radio edit."
Yeah, he did
know?
Mad City a couple of years ago with when Dre brought him out, and like there are a lot worse words in that song than there are in Not Like Us.
And
If you
unless
just
you're
edit
in the
it.
know,
yeah,
right in the know of this beef and this heat, and you're in the middle of it, whatever. This is more for you. This is sort of like the.
Oh, I can't wait. Kendrick's my favorite artist of
extra
all time.
granular.
I can't wait.
He's an OG to the OGist.
DNC said he got in with Easy.
He did.
He gives me 50 if they play it. If they don't play it, I give him 100.
Yep.
You got a better return. You got 75 cents on the dollar. You only got 50.
Because we were gonna do the same thing, and he went to. I was like 300. Like, bet 300. I'll give you 400. He's like, all right. Because we were just gonna do it straight up, and then he tried to put a little like stipulation in it. He was like, well, if he goes rogue and plays it on his, I was like, what does that even mean? How you can't do that?
People wondering why Silent Mike doesn't have a Lunchable and a Capri Sun in the sound booth, saying you look like you're 7 years old. He does on the camera. He does.
You can't see the beard because the like.
Does he not right there?
There it
Pull
is.
that up again. Pull that.
He looks a little young. Yeah, you can't see the beard.
It looks like it's Dad took son to work day, you know, and then we're getting a photo of him over there in the booth. So, all right, let's do this. Let's take the break. When we come back, Ryan Palter will join us for the picks. I got some ground to cover. I had some fun week one. Now I got to get serious about it. I got to get cereal in there. No doubt about it. Tell about Mark White.
And let me tell you about Mark White, because Mark White will save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs. All you got to do is visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. Like I said, $5,000 of your closing costs. Whether you're buying or selling a home, Mark White should be your first choice. Again, markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White will treat you right.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Everybody, Neil Rule for KDK Law. Hey, let's get serious for a second. Are you dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues? Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law right here in Birmingham will have your back. We mentioned some pretty serious stuff right there, guys. Chances are you're probably losing sleep about it. You're up at night thinking about it. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law have 24/7 availability. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law have over 10 years of experience. They know what's going on, everybody. They know what to expect, and they can guide you through that process. Scan the QR code on the screen. You can give them a call, also 248-971-0476. Just say Woodward Sports sent you. KDK Law will pay your filing fee. That's right, guys. Get it together right now. Get some experts in the room and get this situation handled. KDK Law in Birmingham. They have your back. All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule. We have Darren McCarty, Silent Mike, who all of a sudden won't shut up when it comes to music in there. But I guess that's on brand for him. Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. And Ryan Palter was supposed to be joining us. He's got some big Chevy meetings going on right now that he can't get away from. We're going to catch back up with him tomorrow to make fun of him for going 1 and 2 and go over his picks. But, hey, we can still do it, right? Like, we can still tell the people. the Fade Ryan Poulter crowd. They went 2-1 last week.
2-1.
They absolutely did. So, D-Mac, since we got you here and you won't be here tomorrow, let's take a look at the picks. We'll update where everybody stands. D-Mac, you are in the lead. You went 2-1 last week. You're welcome. I made the picks for you. You were out there.
You knew what to do.
I knew what to do. I knew where to go.
Absolutely. You mentioned earlier in the show Thursday Night Football. I am jumping on board. I know that it is screaming Dolphins to whatever else.
See, I disagree with that.
I'm on the Josh Allen and the Bills early in the season. They have to come out right with utter dominance early in this season. Got off to a slow start last week, but I like the way they clicked into gear. So I don't know. There's just something that now the one thing is, like you said, is it still the heat down in Miami?
I was
and
just
stuff
there.
like that.
Can't confirm.
So that could be a factor in the game, but I think the Bills get it done, and I'm going to take the points. 2.5 on the road. You set me up, but I'm going to take it. Also,
D-Mac here. All right, I want to preface
this. Is me flying
this.
into the sun
no,
right here.
D-Mac, I want to preface these picks that you have right here.
Okay.
This is why you're a champion, a previous champion at the Pigskin Pick'em Picks. And look, this is a lesson Ryan's got to learn. Sometimes you have to spray yourself down with deodorant, and you got to go in and you got to take some of these games. You have to.
Looking at the other games and stuff like that, and yeah, the other one with the Lions would have been one of my picks, but I wasn't feeling it. When I look at I don't put an enormous amount into it, but looking enough, and a lot of times the points dictate. I'm going by a one-score football game with Tennessee. The way it ended last week for them, that they threw that game away, no pun intended, with the Will Levis interception. So I expect more out of them. Because it's a big game. And then also with Jacksonville. I mean, it's like you put yourself in the hole, and if you're supposed to be what you tell me you are, then these are spots you have to win.
That's it. That's it. And
early
the Tennessee
in the season, these are all spot games for these teams that they need. And
that's what the NFL is. Yeah. It's a league of spots. And no, D-Mac,
I looked at it after, and I'm confident in that Buffalo pick, and that was the easiest one for me to make.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
I feel, but looking at everything else, there's a lot of these games this week in the NFL. So these are the ones that I went to. And we'll see. And you did mention former Pigskin Pick'em winner.
The inaugural, the first ever Pigskin Pick'em champion.
I got the belt to prove it. How's your belt?
I haven't gotten
your trophy.
It yet.
He hasn't gotten it yet.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Keychain.
They're dunking him.
Or your coffee cup.
We're working. I may be just taking an incentive from GM. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But last week you had the Lions -4.5. You had Miami -3.5, and you had the 49ers -4.5. So you were half a point away from going 3-0, but you did go 2-1. But the Titans one, that makes no sense, which is why it's guaranteed to win.
Why
playing
it makes
the Jets,
probably the most sense.
Yeah, which playing the Jets 3.5. The Titans. Did you see Will Levis? Yeah, we all did.
I also saw Aaron Rodgers.
We also saw Aaron Rodgers. All right, we'll get to me here and what I'm rolling with. I'm coming off an 0-3 week, which is not something you see. Now, I preferenced it. Remember last week, Spenny? I said, I'm going to the game. I'm having a little fun with the pick. I took Florida Atlantic over Army. In no world would I regularly do that.
Yes.
But I was going with my friends and everything. I wanted to be part of the tribe. And then Army beat the piss out of them. D-Mac, Army held the ball. Florida Atlantic had the ball for 90 seconds in the third quarter. 90 seconds. Florida Atlantic had an 18-play, 94-yard drive that took 10.5 minutes.
Wow.
And they scored on a fake field goal. It was so Army. But we're back. We're putting the work in. So now here we go, Spenny. I will take the Badgers plus the 16 against Alabama because I was told, wait till the SEC comes up to Big Ten country.
I didn't tell you that.
I was told by you people.
I did not tell you that.
You people told me this. You people in the chat told me this. Just wait till the SEC's got to come up north to play the Big Ten. Well, they're here on your doorstep, Wisconsin. Jump around. Camp Randall.
Look out.
A tough environment. Joel Klatt, I'm sure, will be on the call.
Joel Klatt.
Gus Johnson. It's a jump around. Ha ha.
Ha ha.
And they're getting 16 points, Benny? Come on now.
Yeah.
You told me this.
I did not.
Wait.
I was not a part of that.
No, you said, wait until the SEC comes up north.
I did not.
I was told this by everybody.
Not me.
All right. I'm in. Wisconsin. 16's got to be too many. It's got to be too many. I'm going to roll UNLV plus the 7.5 as well. One of the best offenses in the country. This will be the final thing. We'll know a little more about UNLV after this one. They're playing at Kansas, nationally ranked. If UNLV gets this win, guys, don't be surprised if you see them in the college football playoff. I'll leave it at that. They'll have some more hurdles to cover, but don't be surprised. Wake Forest, Ole Miss, over 63.5. It's Lane Kiffin, everybody, with a weak Wake Forest team. I think Ole Miss will account for 50 of these at least. At least. So I like it. It's time for me to jump back in. It's time for me to get back in the mix. And then Ryan Palter, we will have him on tomorrow. You want to give the preview of it? You want to throw it up there?
Yeah, we can throw him up there for sure.
All right. So here's what Ryan Palter's working with. He went 1-2 last week. He's got Alabama. So, hey, that's a big game.
There you go.
It's a big game within this. He took the Commanders minus 1.5. He took the Chargers minus 5.5. You never lay 5.5 in the NFL. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. Never do you lay 5.5. And, of course, all our point spreads are presented by Caesar Sportsbook, the official sports book of Woodward Sports. Let's take the final break and rock this thing out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How would you like to play with a legend like myself, Kirk Gibson, Braylon Edwards, or Calvin Johnson? It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today and you can play like a VIP. Go to woodwardsports.com or scan the code above my head right now. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
All right, and let me tell you about the watch party and the post-game show live at Hayes Social, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Like I said, the Sabbath Coffee Nitro Brews saved my life last week. Make sure you tap in. We're going to have Soroki's first downs. We're going to have New Holland touchdowns. We got the Tangerine Space Machine and the taller long drinks. They're going to be flowing. Come out with the boys. We're doing football better than anybody in the state here at Woodward Sports every week at Hayes Social. I'll buy your first beer. Come out and join us.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for the Boys and Girls Clubs, Southeastern Michigan, the 3C Youth Football and Youth Cheer Leagues. Go to bgcsm.org. And the Boys and Girls Clubs are putting the youth back in youth football. What does that mean to you? It means that there's 6 different teams to choose from. Locations: Belleville, East Detroit, all around the Metro Detroit area. Just $175 per child. What does that get you? It gets you trained, certified, background check coaches. That's number 1. Number 2, it gets you transportation. It gets you meals as well, and it gets you a chance to compete for a championship at Ford Field. The Boys and Girls Club, Southeastern Michigan, putting the youth back in youth football. Register for 3C Sports at bgcsm.org.
All right, Neil, I cooked up a Thursday night football parlay as well.
All right.
I added the 50% profit boost on it. And it is right now, it was originally at plus 2,400, courtesy of Caesar Sportsbook. I got Josh Allen, over 35.5 rushing yards.
Okay.
James Cook, over 59.5 rushing yards. Josh Allen, over 1.5 touchdowns.
Okay.
Mac Hollins, over 1.5 receptions. Dalton Kincaid, anytime touchdown scorer. $10 wins me $373.
Okay.
I like it.
There it is. No, Caesar Sportsbook's on it, man, with the profit boost, the bonuses, all of it, everybody. Woodward 1000, that is your code, and you'll be hearing us reference them a lot because we talk about point spreads a lot on this program, as we do all over Woodward Sports as well. I do have an update from Ryan Poulter, who texted me. He said University of Washington, not the Washington Commanders. So we'll get that one fixed.
That makes more sense.
We'll get that one fixed, no question. But we'll have him on tomorrow, and he can defend himself.
Yeah, but it was on brand for him to pick Commanders.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's honest.
Well, they're playing the Giants. I mean, that's not a bad pick.
It's not.
But he wants the Washington Huskies. Okay.
Right, which probably tells us that I should make the Commanders a get right.
Honestly, I don't hate that.
I don't either. But, that's what he says.
Because I looked it up. I saw it was 1.5. I was like, oh, who are they playing? I saw it was the Giants. I was like, oh, damn.
Washington minus 4.5 against Washington State. You know the Apple Cup that used to be in November, but now all of a sudden it's in September. Like,
yeah,
it's weird, all that. D-Mac, what you got going on this weekend?
Ooh, a lot of stuff tonight down in Monroe, 6 o'clock, IWR. Rhino's promotion. We're doing a little wrestling. Walking with Elias tonight. WWE's Elias is in town. So we're going to do some of that. Tomorrow got a show. My boy Peter Dante. Might know him from Grandma's Boy and all the Adam fans.
Hell yeah.
We're, I got
Grandma's
Brookline,
Boy. Underrated
Michigan.
movie.
Great movie.
Clark County Golf Course. We're doing comedy, little music, meet and greet, stuff like that tomorrow night. Saturday, I'll be with him at Monroe Comic-Con all day. And then Sunday up, if you're around after the Lions game, up in Genesee County at the G3C. We're going to do another comedy, smoke sesh, stuff like that. So got a full weekend of it after a big Lions victory.
I like it, man. I'm
going to try to pop down and see you guys.
Hayes?
I'm going to try to pop
Second
down
best?
and see you guys.
Second best?
Second best.
D-Mac, great spot.
Yeah, no, the chicken sandwich had. I'm coming in, and I love you guys, but that chicken sandwich looked like it slapped. Let's come in and try it.
It was elite. Elite is definitely the word.
I told you guys this. I listened doing other things Sunday, but if you're not tapped in to Sean Belegian and my boy Neil Rule for that pregame show, it's the best one around. Get you going, get you right, and you guys hit on everything. Leading up to the game, not only with what we did see and stuff like this, but just shout out to you guys. And it looked like the atmosphere was bumping. So what a great way if you're going down to the game and you want to catch some of the Tigers before the 1 o'clock game. They'll have it on there, 12:10 pitch.
Where do you get your weed from?
From
you, Dante. Oh, that's right. What's up, Mr. Cheese?
No wonder it's so good.
Yeah.
Robert Colosia, UNLV will be the next to join the new Pac-12. Follow the money, as D-Mac says. Exposure. Skydog, in all caps. Neil, I think the key word is quality teams. Alabama only plays Big Ten teams up here when they're down, bonehead. The contract was agreed to about 4 years ago.
Bonehead.
Yeah. Great try, though, Skydog.
Don't worry, Skydog's going to cry about being blocked again in a couple days, even though he wasn't.
I'll never block him.
He's not that important.
Yeah. I'll never block
I
anybody.
timed out Lerna Rios for 30 minutes because I don't like her talking to my dad. She's cyber ditty.
Anybody who's
Anakin Skyogre, best chatter of the day today. He was cooking. Came in here at lunch, rose to Lerna Rios, then left. Savage.
Real quick, DNC ENT, Scooble, 8.5 Ks, and Riley Green hit, boosted to plus 190.
I like that.
Caesar Sportsbook. Dude, DNC ENT's like doing the heavy lifting for us, man.
James, top 5 mythical creatures is confirmed for next week. Hashtag
I was hoping you
viscosity.
guys would forget. Somebody said Silent Mike's a big mythical creatures guy. Is that true, Silent Mike?
Not at all.
Thank you.
It's fair.
Hey, I'm doing it for you guys.
We appreciate that.
I'm a father and a husband. I know what it's like to take a
top 5
backseat.
fluids, but we'll take this.
What if I offered up top 5 fluids instead?
He would rather you do top 5 fluids. I can speak for him on that. Something to ponder over the weekend.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll think about it. Real quick, tomorrow, Flannels in, Nickel Package Friday, Tunzo football, Bourbon Friday. We have a new bourbon partner to announce. We'll do that tomorrow.
I'm so happy we got liquor sponsors and stuff now.
Gambling sponsors.
Oh, well, this is what it should be.
Weed sponsors.
Yeah, we got weed, gambling, liquor.
We've always had the weed.
Yeah, we've always had the weed.
It's fair.
But gambling,
I'm in the house.
like we needed liquor and gambling sponsors, and now we do. So
there you go.
It's good stuff.
Shout out New Holland. Shout out Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. 100%. Sabbath Coffee Roasters to East 14 Mile.
Shout out.
Pull up, man. All right, I believe that's all. Skydog. Neil, Wisconsin has sucked for at least 5 years. The contract was signed before that, Skydog.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see? Yeah,
Get your war bonds.
Get your war bonds. Skydog 722. Uncle Sam needs you. Get your war bonds. For D-Mac, for Silent Mike,
Deuces.
for Spencer Rachter. Thanks for tapping in, everybody. Sports Network. Well, see you later.